What's up, guys? I'm back on a different studio. I do the best that I can on my channel. I research a lot of stuff, and I'm frankly getting tired of all the trolls that pop into my comments saying I don't do my own stuff. I'm using other people's stuff. Well, I get permission on the stuff that I use. And don't get me wrong, I love my subscribers very, very much. I really do. I just don't like the trolls that come into my comments. And I stay up, late at night, research most of the day, and I get told by this dude named Richie Rich, "Oh, look at this guy. He doesn't do his own content. He uses other people's content." I get permission for the content that I use, and I also do my own content. And you guys know that I do my own content. And we had one true crime podcaster tonight. She called it quits on this case, on the Idaho court, because of all the flack that she gets in the case from the trolls. I'm not going to do that. I love you guys. I love this case. I really do. I just am getting tired of the trolls in my comments. I really am. I'll get up. I have an 8-year-old daughter that I help take care of, and I spent so much time covering this case that I record on this case so much. I have to tell my daughter to be quiet. Daddy's recording. I don't like doing that, but that's my dedication to this case, guys. To the Idaho 4 case. That I'm dedicated to this case. I'm dedicated to getting to the truth of the case. And yet I get told, "Oh, I'm not using my own material." I do use my own material, and you guys know that. I'm not going to quit. Don't dive. I'm just getting tired of the trolls in my comments. Don't dive. Don't worry. I'm not going to quit. Like, I had to hide my channel from a YouTuber named Richie Rich tonight because he came into my channel slamming me. So I ended up telling him, I'm like, "You don't like my channel, don't watch it. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to hide my channel from you." And that's what I did. I hid my channel from him. I get a lot of positive comments from you guys, from my subscribers. And you guys are the reason why I do what I do. My subscribers, I care about my subscribers, and I don't want to let my subscribers down. That's why I do what I do. I try to get to the bottom of this messed up case, and it seems like that thank you, Kane. Thank you. Yeah, I really tried on this case. I mean, yes, I used some videos from like Neek Peaks and True Crime Design, and I got permission to use them. Just like Stellar Star gave me permission to use some of her stuff because she's walking away from the Idaho case. Yeah, and she's walking away from the Idaho case because of all the haters. And I don't know if it's the fact that I'm actually getting to the stuff that they didn't want to get to or they couldn't get to. Stellar Star is walking away from the Idaho 4 case because she was getting a lot of hate, and uh, they were threatening her and everything else. So she's walking away from the Idaho 4 case. Yeah. She said she's moving on to a different case. I think she might be moving on to the Delphi case. I love you, Kane. I love I love all you guys. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you. Do you want me to do something on Delphi too, Kane? Kane B? Thank you, Don't Dive. Thank you. You know, yeah, because this isn't the first time that Richie Rich guy has been slamming my channel. He's been slamming my channel ever since I got into into the true crime community. Yeah, I've only been in doing true crime for about a week and a half, and and I've been keeping a close tab on on the court updates on TV and stuff. And what I'm seeing from the court updates and what's going on in Idaho, and I don't know if you guys watched my video tonight about Doug Wilson, but there's just so many twists and turns in the Idaho 4 case, and I took it as a mission to get down to the bottom of to the bottom of the case. And I don't know if this people is just jealous because I'm getting to the bottom of the case that they couldn't do. It's almost kind of comical, as much kind support I get in my comments. I also get the hateful comments. Yeah, just like the video I did with the raw Linda Lane footage, and I got. Yeah, thank you, Kane B. Just like in that raw Linda Lane footage, from 203 to 248, you hear some weird shit. Like what? Like between 235 and 240, you hear the sound of somebody whistling for a dog, and in 248, you hear the crying, the screaming, the hollering for help. Like I said in that video that I made, I honestly feel that's the real timeline. I honestly feel 203 to 248 is the real timeline, not this whole 4 a.m. to 4:25 a.m. Because when I read the PCA last night in the video, and which was original content on my part, not using someone else's video. That was real content on my part, and I freaking read it. And how they got the freaking the 4 a.m. to 4:25 a.m. timeline was digital downloads from Bethany and Dylan's phone. Yeah. And just like, I know everyone's wondering about Brett Payne, the author of that PCA. I did some digging on Brett Payne today. And Brett Payne, I found out, is a part of the Odinist cult, of the cult of Odin. Yeah, Brett Payne is a part of the cult of Odin, and so was Brent Kopaka. Lord rest Brent's soul. I think he was. I don't think he was killed over a dispute. I think he was assassinated. Yeah, like Stellar Star told me tonight, because I email her back and forth in my email. Yeah, and she told me tonight and tonight and last night that if I want to use some of her videos on the Idaho 4, I can. And I've given a shout out to Neek's Peaks, and when I use her videos, you guys heard me give her a shout out. Just like I've shouted out, True Crime Design, and I've shouted out Rory, and this one little freaking troll comes after I dropped that video. Yeah, before I did the one on Doug Wilson, about the link between Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, Bethany, and Dylan. Yeah, having those. You guys saw that video. They all 5 was raised around the drug hubs. They're in Idaho and Nevada and Oregon. Don't worry, Chloe, I'm not going to quit. But I mean, you guys see my videos. I go to places in my video where more likely none of the other content creators go in their videos, because I give facts when I do my videos. Yeah, I know, and I've gotten permission from True Crime Design to use her videos, and I've given shout outs to Neek's Peaks, True Crime Design. Stellar Star told me tonight I could use her videos for the Idaho 4 case. Plus, I come out with my own stuff, and this Richie Rich says I have no original content on my channel, and that's bullshit, because you guys know I do. But it's just trolls like that freaking piss me off. And I love you guys. And and guys, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I mean, hell, guys, I'm not even monetized and I'm getting hate. I'm on the verge of getting monetized, yes, but that's not going to change who I am. So do you know him? Don't dive. Yeah, I signed up yesterday for the YouTube partnership program, but that's going to be like another month or two before before I'm actually monetized. So right now I'm doing all this stuff. I'm researching all this stuff, not monetized. And I'm doing what I love to do. Like I have a friend of mine. He has a YouTube channel, and he told me today when I talked to him. He asked me how many subscribers I had, and I told him how many, and he said, how'd you get that many? So I told him that I was doing the Idaho 4 case and I was doing deep dives on it. And he goes, oh, you're going down the rabbit hole, huh? Like everybody else. I'm like, how many subscribers do you have, dude? And he goes, shout out. He only has 30 subscribers on this channel because he basically in his videos he comes off as a standoffish, prickish asshole. And I just come off. I come off as myself. And I know sometimes I stutter when I come across a big word that I don't that I have a hard time pronouncing. I know that. Yeah. Am I embarrassed sometimes? Yeah, I'm embarrassed sometimes about it. But as soon as I heard about the Moscow case, back when it happened, my brain started ticking. If he's actually a criminology major, why would No, I can see. Yeah, I can see just fine. I just have hard time sometimes with big words. No, he's a criminology. He has his doctorate in criminology. He was going for his PhD in criminology. What would make him leave a sheath behind with his DNA? That's what I'm still trying to fucking figure out, guys. If you're supposed to be so smart that you're going for your PhD in criminology, why would you leave a knife sheath laying behind next to one of your victims? Oh, I know, Kane B. I know. That's just either he's really smart, guys, or he's really stupid. And yeah, why would you leave your knife sheath behind? Actually, yeah, he actually had his doctorate in forensics, and he was going for his PhD in criminology. He got his doctorate in forensics back in Pennsylvania. I think it was like back in 2018. He got his doctorate in forensics, and then he went for his PhD in criminology. Oh yeah, I know Cane B. I know. And then if his car got, now here's the ironic part, guys. Now, I know EB and Demetrius has been well freaking chewed up and spit out and everything else, but Demetrius has a younger brother, and Demetrius's younger brother has the same year, make, and model of suspect vehicle 1, except his car's windows are tinted. Yeah, I know. But everyone says, oh, Emma's already talked about, she's old news, or Demetrius has already talked about, he's old news. Then answer me this, guys. They were arrested for murder, Emma and Demetrius, for the overdose death of that one college kid. Why did the district attorney drop all the charges, saying he had no jurisdiction? They just dropped the charges and let them walk free. Explain that one. Doesn't that sound kind of sus? You have 2 people held for murder in Washington. Yeah, it's just really, really odd that you let somebody go that you charge with murder and an overdose death. You drop the charges and go, okay, you can go on your way. You can go on your way. And I've been hearing, there's this one person that I've blocked on my channel. Her name is Tamara Terry. Yeah. I don't know if you guys listen to Chaos Sector. They did a thing on her, and she sent me like a mass email dump the other night, and then started and then started commenting conspiracy theories in my live stream chats. Now, saying that Brian Koberger was an FBI agent and ex-military something. Yeah. What did you guys make of that video from Emma Bailey sitting in the interrogation room? Was she removing something from her butt, or was she putting something in her butt with the Kleenex? Because I think she was either trying to plant some drugs up her butt, or take something out of her butt and throw it away. Yeah, and it wasn't me, or was she acting stupid on purpose? Oh, I've never been arrested before. Yeah, no, I've never been arrested before. I've never been pulled over for DUI before. When we all know that's bull crap. Yeah, that's bull crap, because and I noticed in that one video that I posted, those police officers on a daily was harassing those college students in that 1122 King Road. Did you guys notice that? They were harassing them. And you could clearly hear one cop say, "Stupid fucking kids." I know, that's kind of weird, isn't it, Cane B? But yeah, and they were, you could hear them on the talking on the little mics, saying, dumping all that alcohol out. Oh well, I guess it's abandoned alcohol, and they were just like dumping it out. And if you notice, when they were talking to Xana on one of those nights, who was standing right there? Brett Payne. Brett Payne was standing right there, harassing Xana. Oh, don't make us call the Greek Council. They just didn't dump one, they dumped them all. And that one heavyset cop with the big old bushy goatee, the bald one. Well, yeah, I've been a cop for 22 years. Yeah, I'm not stupid. And don't make me turn this into the Greek Council. Yeah. Now, I understand being late at night, playing I understand being late at night, people's trying to sleep, and that loud music would wake them up, right? Why would they harass them during the daytime and have them turn their music off during the daytime? And one of those cops sneakily took a picture of Kaylee's driver's license. But yeah, it kind of blew my freaking mind when I found out that old Mr. Brent Kopaka was in the cult of Odin. Yeah, they did. Don't dive, yeah. They bullied, harassed, and threatened them. And then explain to me this, guys. Yeah, is this crime scene contamination or what? When they went into the crime scene, without protective overalls, without masks. They would walk in and out the crime scene in the same freaking paper booties. And one of the CSIs sneezed in the crime scene. They were walking around that house like it was in the crime scene. Did you guys notice that? Yeah, totally contaminated. Now, why is this? They found 3 other unidentified male DNA samples in the house. And the prosecutor is not even going to get them tested because they have their patsy. Yeah, I know, King B, I know. Yeah, BK gets nailed. Yeah, they found 3 unidentified male DNA samples in the house. And instead of getting them tested, they basically said they're not going to get them tested because they have their man. Yeah, and explain to me this, guys. How come there's no DNA from none of the victims in Kohberger's car? Or, at his apartment in Pullman or at his parents' house in Pennsylvania. Yeah, do you know what kind of DNA test they used to find Kohberger? You're gonna freak. 23andMe. They used 23andMe to find Kohberger's DNA. Yeah, and they found a glove on the outside, and that's no concern of theirs. Yeah, yeah. See, they didn't use the traditional DNA test. Yeah, like normal forensic people use to find a suspect. They covertly took trash from the Kohberger residence there in Pennsylvania, secretly flew it to the Idaho State Crime Lab, and used 23andMe to figure out who the suspect was. And the prosecutor made the statement in the last court date that because Ann Taylor stood up and said that they're not giving them all the exculpatory evidence, and they want the other 3 unidentified male DNA samples. The defense does so they can test it. The prosecutor says, "Yeah, oh, I thought I gave it to her already. Yeah, I'll go ahead and give it to her." And John Judge says, "Miss Taylor, why are you throwing a fit over basically DNA that doesn't exist?" They're now claiming that 3 unknown male DNA samples don't exist. Yeah, I know they're coming up for JJB. Actually, Joby, JJB is locked up in Washington for life. They locked him up for life. Yeah. Who lives by you, Cane B? Now, JJB Cane B is Jesse James Bailey. He's one of the biggest drug kingpins there in the Washington, Idaho area. Oh, hey, Cane B, what's JLR like? Is he an okay guy? But yeah, I got a message yesterday during one of my lives. It was yesterday before when I was doing that Google Maps of the Moscow area. I was doing that tour with the Google Maps in the Moscow area with the fraternities and the president's house and the 1122 King Road. Now, explain to me this, guys. Back in the 70s, Scott Green's dad owned that house. Scott Green says that he doesn't remember ever living in the house, but his dad at one point owned 1122 King Road back in the 60s and 70s, and then he later sold it. Now, here's the ironic part. The people that own it now, Perky and Esty has the name of his LLC is 1122 King Road LLC. Esty, who lives in Colorado, he owns all of those apartments over there, right there on the corner. The surrounding apartments, 1112, and the other apartments that were surrounding the 1122 King Road, in that little corner area of King Road and Queen Road. Esty owns all of them. He owns all those houses that sits right there on the corner of Queen Road and King Road. And Esty actually made the comment that all those houses and apartments, he uses them as money laundering sites. He'll put money into them, he'll launder money into them, and then the money will come back washed and clean. Esty, who's the owner, the name of his LLC is 1122 King Road LLC. And he owns all those houses on the corner of King Road and Queen Road, even the 1122 King Road house, which is now gone. He's very big into the drug trade and money laundering, and he'll take the money from the drugs and he'll launder it through those houses around there, and then that's how he gets his rent. He'll send all that money to be laundered through the houses, and then it'll be washed at the houses, and then he'll get his rent back clean that way. Now the Mad Greek, which in Alaska, which is owned by this dude named what was it? Costellantos, or I think that's his name. And he owns the Mad Greek there in Alaska. His daughter owns the Mad Greek in Moscow. And he uses the Mad Greek restaurant in Moscow as a money laundering front. I will, don't dive, I will. Yeah, basically, the owner of the Mad Greek in Alaska uses the Mad Greek in Moscow as a money laundering front because it's the daughter that owns it. And Maddie and Xana was working at the one in Moscow. And how everyone got on this kick about a cartel hit and stuff like that. Apparently, the way the story goes, Maddie flushed $70,000 worth of methamphetamines, fentanyl, and cocaine and heroin. that Xana was in control of, and apparently, so the story says, the what do we call it? Emma Bailey and Demetrius Robinson went to Jesse James Bailey in prison and told him about it. And according to the story, JJB is the one that put the hit. He initially put the hit on Steve Gonzalez. Is how the story goes. But when he couldn't get to Steve, he put the hit on the house. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering about that, Kane B. I really am. I'm kind of wondering about that. Yeah, I know. I know it's kind of crazy. It's kind of, but I'm kind of wondering why Steve and his family is moving to Puerto Rico. Apparently, he's been down in Puerto Rico for the last week looking at a house to buy. But that's just the rumor mill. I don't like to get into the rumor mill. I really don't. And has anyone in Tamara Terry been bombarding you guys' page with conspiracy theories in your comments and stuff like that? Let me know. Okay. Thank you, Rolo. Rolo, how do you think I'm doing on my channel, man? She's this weird. I said, how am I doing on my channel, Rolo? Wow, Kane B, wow. Hey, Micah Z, how you doing tonight? Well, if you watch that video that I did before this last video, there's a tie-in between all of the roommates, between Kaylee, Xana, Maddie, Bethany, and Dylan. They were all raised around these specific areas that are drug hubs. You liking my channel, Micah Z? Thank you, man. Thank you. The reason why I came on live, Micah Z, is um, there's this troll that's been hounding me the last few days. Because I use a lot of context videos, like from uh, Geeks Peaks and True Crime Design, which I do get permission to use them. And he came on tonight after I dropped a video. Oh, look, he's still using other people's content. Doesn't this guy ever come out with his own content? And everyone that's my subscriber knows that I have come out with my own content. Yeah, I've read from the PCA. I've Google mapped the 1122 King Road and took a tour on Google Maps. And I ended up having to hide this guy from my channel. His name is Richie Rich. Yeah, I know Rolo Moda. It just seems like either he's a failed content creator that's getting pissy that I'm discovering shit that he's not, or B, he's just a troll. Thank you, Pamela. I try to do a good job. Yeah, it's hard being a true crime content creator, and I have a wife, I have an 8-year-old daughter, and I have a like 4-pound chihuahua that follows me around the house. And that's why I like to do these, like the late night videos and stuff, is because my daughter's in bed, she's asleep. My wife is laying down, and I like to do it late at night so I don't disturb them during the day. So that way I can spend time with my daughter during the day. Because like what they always say, they're only a kid for so long. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know. It goes quick. And yeah, I know they jump around like Virginia jackrabbits. Just like I was saying earlier, Stella Starr, she did a live tonight, and she's walking away from the Idaho case because, but she offered to help me in my stint in the Idaho case. She said I could use any of her videos. Oh yeah, I know. Don't dive. I know. And she's offered to give me any advice, if I need it. And yeah, it's like she said in her live, Kane B, it's because of all the trolls. It's because of all the haters. Yeah, I mean, she's offered to, she's offered to help me. She's offered to give me ideas, because her and I email back and forth. And she's offered to give me ideas. She said I could use her videos anytime I want on the Idaho case. And she says if I can give you any advice, just let me know. And Stella told me through a email earlier. She goes, She says you're doing a good job. She goes, you're getting down to the nitty gritty of the case, and she says you can always tell when you're about ready to break a case open. That's when all the trolls and haters come out. Yeah, you guys should have seen me before I went live. After I saw that hateful ass comment, I was sitting here. I was like an emotional wreck, because I have dived so deep into this case, and then to see that comment, oh, he doesn't use his own content, blah 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 blah. He uses other people's content, just takes credit. I'm thinking to myself, no, I don't. I do my own content. And then I messaged him, and I'm like, you know what? If you don't like my channel, then you don't need to watch it. How about this? How about I just hide my channel from you? Bye, bitch. And I hid my channel from him. So, and I read on Google, when you hide your channel from somebody, you can't see their comments. They can't take any snippets of your lives or your videos. They can't do nothing. Thank you, Hungry Gizmo. Yeah, you're basically, when you hide yourself from somebody's channel, you basically cast them into the outer darkness, and they can't do a little clip of your lives or your videos. They can't comment on your they can comment on your channel, but you can't see it. He wasn't the only one I had to block. I had to do the same thing to this this lady named Truth, who I've been talking to. She told me that there was this Tamara Terry chick, the one that did a mass email dump in my freaking emails about all these fucking conspiracies that she has, and apparently she'd been harassing Steve Gonzalez with her conspiracy theories about him and Kaylee and everything. And Truth made the comment to her, if you have all this email evidence, why don't you just create your own channel and leave all these other content creators alone? Yeah, and I'm sorry sometimes if my sound is a little off on the videos. I am right now just working. I'll show you. This is all I'm working with, is a laptop. So if my sound is kind of off during the videos, I apologize. I don't have some professional get up right yet. So all I really work off is a laptop. That's it. A laptop and a Logitech freaking webcam. Yeah, I've had comments from people, why does your sound suck in your videos? And one guy commented like, can you just send me the link to Neek's Peaks, because your sound sucks and I couldn't hear anything. Oh, I know, KB, I know you're just razzing me. So I had to, I had to send a message back. I'm sorry you couldn't hardly hear the sound. I am working on nothing but a laptop and a webcam. I'm in Kansas. No, what I really need is when I get paid on the first, I really need to get an actual computer because I found a real nice gaming computer on Amazon for $160. Yep, I'm a Steelers fan, Micah Z. I actually painted that myself. Well, thank you, Chloe. Thank you. Yeah. Uh, my wife and I just celebrated our 9-year wedding anniversary, and the most ironic part of all, it was on January 6th. My wedding anniversary was the same day as that fucking insurrection. Yeah, you're right, Hungry Gizmo, you're right. Happy birthday, King B. Happy birthday. Thank you, Don't Dive. I remember one night I was doing a video and I took a drink of pop and I kind of burped under my breath and I forgot that my freaking mic was on because I had my camera hidden. And I know, King B, that's my anniversary. And somebody made a comment. Gee, him taking a drink of pop and burping into his mic. How attractive. Yeah, it's like 3 degrees here. Yeah, at least I didn't part. But now I was supposed to take my brother-in-law to work yesterday morning, and he had to be there at 7 in the morning because the power steering went out on his car. I went out to start my car wouldn't start. So I'm thinking, okay, what's going on with this? And I realized it's like 3 degrees below zero. So I come back in, call him, and said, hey, I can't take you in. Told him why. And he goes, well, I guess I'll just have to drive my car and be the muscle man and turn the wheel. I'm like, okay. Well, I come out later on in the afternoon to go up to the gas station to get a pack of cigarettes. And I decided to open the hood of my car, and the negative battery post was frozen over with ice. That's why my car wouldn't start. So I managed to get that melted to get my car started, and then my oil in the engine was frozen solid. Yeah, this is the first time in history that I've ever actually had a car where the oil froze because it was so cold outside. Yeah, I know. But yeah, my brother made this for my daughter. He carved it himself. No wheels. Her propeller broke today, so I had to use Gorilla Glue on it so it don't spin no more. And he made it to where the top wings come off to where she would. Yeah, she goes, I like fighter planes. I don't like biplanes. So he made it to where the top wings come off. Yeah, he's a woodworker. So well, light up, Lolamoda. Yeah. Before I got into the true crime, I was doing political shit, and I didn't have very many subscribers. The max subscribers I had doing the political stuff was about 250. And then one day I was watching one of the motion hearings for for the Koberger case. I'm like, huh? I said, I thought to myself, well, maybe I ought to switch things up, and instead of doing politics where I wasn't getting hardly any views, I would dive headfirst into one of the most fucked up cases in history. So I started doing research on it, like massive research on it. I just got my laptop. Here about, let's say, 3 weeks ago. Most of the time I was doing my research, it was on my phone. Yeah, thank you for subscribing, Gary, Kara. Um, yeah, I've been following the Koberger case since 2022, and since 2017 I've been following the Delphi case. Uh, Oh, yeah, I know Holly Berry. I know. Thank you, Dot Dive. Thank you. Yeah, and it's from my it seems like I get a lot of compliments for my opening videos and stuff. Um, like my starting soon, my ending soon stuff. Um, Somebody asked me last night in the comment, in the comment section, bro, who's that singing? Who is it? I'm like, well, which one? The beginning or the ending? And the music I use is through Epidemic, and a lot of the songs I use. Find it again. Yeah, like a lot of the songs I use, I get off of Epidemic. Like the song that I think the guy was talking about is called Trophy Wife. It's by Zorro. And then another song I got is We Rebound by Snake City. Rise of the Titan by Foreman X. We Can Run Away by Leyen. Uh, oh yeah, and I think the song that he liked was called Easy Pressure, and that's by Nick Caution. I was gonna post it earlier because I was looking at something on Nick's Peaks channel, and I was also looking at I was actually looking at the Grub Truck video from the Grub Truck's website, and there's a part where the big heavy dude in the brown jacket and the beard, uh, he actually this girl walks by him, and it's like really quick, and she walks by him and she slips him some either some cocaine, heroin, or meth, and he quickly grabs it and then sticks it in his pocket and walks away. Thank you, Rolamoda. Yeah, no, I don't know if you were here when I was at Rolamoda. I don't know if you was here when I was saying that I just got accepted to the YouTube partnership program. So I'm just I did everything. I applied. I got the Google AdSense. Now I'm just going through the review stage, and it said it could take about 6 to 8 weeks. But I'm not monetized doing this, guys. Even if I was, I would still have the passion that I do for this case. And I just can't believe how many haters there are out there. Like this one lady sent me a comment. Why don't you guys just wait for the trial, and then all will be revealed in the trial? Why does the true crime community have to ruin everyone's healing process? Just wait till the trial. Now, do you have like pictures of them laying dead, or do you have like a video of them actually getting killed? That's my wife. Hi, honey. Oh, wow. I don't know. I can't edit filters on my laptop. I'm gonna have to wait to do that till I get my actual computer. I keep hearing the same thing over and over again, guys. That honey, someone told you hi. My wife invading my live chat. But yeah, I do what's best for the true crime community. I mean, you can ask my wife; she's in the chat. Yeah, if I'm getting ready to do something for the true crime community on this case, I'll tell her, "Hey, baby, please be quiet while I record." Yeah, because right now where I'm recording at and I'm doing my live at right now is the kitchen table until I get a computer desk. And I get to the point sometimes where I like mute my mic if I hear my wife coming out the bedroom, or if I hear my 8-year-old coming out the bedroom towards where I'm recording at, I'll mute my mic. But yeah, I mean, like you said before, KB, this case is like one of the most messed up cases that I've ever been covering. And I've been doing some. One of my subscribers asked me a couple of days ago if I would do some research on the cult of Odin, and I found out some messed up shit about the cult of Odin. Did any of you guys see the video I did about Doug Wilson? The cultish leader there in Moscow, Idaho? Now, did all you guys know this? That everyone that Brian Koberger is sitting around, Ann Taylor, the judge, the prosecutor, they're all graduates of U of I. Ann Taylor is a graduate of University of Idaho. Judge John Judge is an alumni of the University of Idaho. The prosecutor, a alumni of the University of Idaho. And exactly why won't Ann Taylor put in a request for a change of venue? Because she thinks she can get him off with the local jurors. Have you guys watched Crown Circus lately, or Drip Drop? I know she's not trying to do nothing for BK, Holly. I know. Thank you, Kane B. Well, see, Rolo, I've tried that, and the only thing it shows towards the King Roadhouse is blur. Yeah, Holly Berry. I watched Drip Drop too. I used one of his videos in one of my earlier things as context, and I asked him if I could use one of his videos as context during my investigation, and he said, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." He was very nice because I actually talked to him during his live chat, but before he actually went live. He was very nice. He's a very nice guy. And he's like, "Yeah, sure, you can do that. I don't mind." But yeah, I mean, here's what the weird part. Why in certain parts when you use Google Maps is the water tower blurred out? That's what I can't figure out. You can go through Google Maps with and the water tower at certain points is blurred out. Why is that, I wonder? Not yet, because I'm noticing like there's certain parts that's blurry, but if you go back a certain way, it's not blurry. And why did the U of I president decide to build his house in a direct line of sight to the King Road house? Yeah, I don't know why that is, Holly Berry. Yeah, in Holly Berry, why did freaking the Scott Green build his house where he has a direct line of sight to the 1122 King Road house? It's like a direct line of sight, about 250 feet. Rolo, is that your YouTube channel name? Rolo Moda 420? Hey, Holly Berry, how do you think I'm doing on my channel so far? You know, I bust my ass on this channel. Hey, Holly, did you watch my video about the drug links to the house with the 6 roommates? Thank you, Can B. Yeah, smack that like button. Yeah, Holly Berry, have you ever heard of a YouTuber named Richie Rich? I know what it means. I like that, Can B. I like that. Yeah, I got an update on Rory. The reason why he hasn't been on lives or anything like that. According to Tommy, Rory has got a new girlfriend, and and he's basically going goo goo gaga over his new girlfriend. So he's kind of let the YouTube thing go for a little bit because he's all into his new girlfriend. And I don't know if it was me when he did that video with Tommy in that motel room. Did it feel like that he was kind of skittish because he kept turning the camera towards the door? Did it kind of feel like he was skittish about something because he kept turning the camera towards the door? Yeah. Um, uh, there's an update on from Rory in that video on Brent Kopaka's roommates. They never existed. Yeah, because apparently he went to the apartment complex where Brent Kopaka was killed at to ask about his roommates, and according to the office, uh, they never existed. So exactly how could he be threatening to kill his roommates when they never existed? Holly Berry, did you know that Brett Kopaka was a cult of Odinist? Yeah, seriously, he was a cult of Odinist. I did some research on that today. And guess who else, Holly, is a cult of Odinist? Mr. Author of the PCA himself, Brett Payne. I did some research on that today too, and I had both. Both got vetted by Stella Star. Yeah, I researched it. I took it to Stella Star. Yeah, I emailed her about it, and she came back and said that it's absolutely true that Brett Kopaka was a cult of Odinist, and so is Corporal Brett Payne. And she said she's not sure, but quite possibly, what's his name? Doug Wilson is not a cult of Odinist, but he is in a cult there in Moscow, and she's trying to find out who his close buddies are. Stella Star sent me a video today. It was creepy as fuck. It was Doug Wilson with his little no quarter November, and it was about a 3-minute video, and he was talking about no quarter November. And it was around Thanksgiving because he was pulling a drumstick off the turkey. Sitting there, and he's talking for a little bit. Gets up, and because it shows it's dark, it's pitch dark. It shows the outside of a house, like somebody's sneaking up to the house in pitch black. And then all of a sudden, he has this alarm like going off, and in the video, gets up, walks to his garage, puts on a fucking flamethrower, yeah, I put it in one of my videos today. All right, Rolling Motor, I'll go check out your channel later, okay? It was the and it shows him out in his yard with this gigantic flamethrower that says no quarter November, and he's lighting on fire a TikTok sign, an Instagram sign, a little mermaid cutout, and an Elsa cutout, and he's lighting it on fire, and then he's walking back towards his house, sticks the flamethrower up in the air and starts shooting the flamethrower, and knocks and and knocks a drone out of the sky. Oh yeah, yeah. You saw that one I dropped today, King B. Hold on. Let's see if I have it on my phone. Here, hold on, Holly B. I'll play it for you, Holly B.
Welcome back to No Quarter November. Over 11 months out of the year, I'm notorious.
Can you hear it, Holly B?
Cautious, like Southern Baptist raising funds, PRLC. But the month of November is a time.
Good night, don't die.
For granting no quarter. If you can think of my
Hey, thank you for coming to my live.
This is the month when I saw off on my typical character qualifications and last away with the double barrel shorty. Everything we do this month will be focused on one singular goal. We want to help you, the apocalypse proof your family. So why should you listen to me about such things? Well, when it comes to culture war and culture building, we've been at this for half a century now.
You're welcome.
Such things have been cool to talk about. G3.
See that weird shit? Someone creeping up to the house?
Scary. Kind of reminds me of. Yeah, I'm not gonna say what it reminds me of.
Do you see the picture, Holly Berry?
This is where it gets weird and creepy, guys.
No Quarter November.
November.
Stay tuned all month. This is November. Each week we'll have a theme. We got all our book content inputs. So we help you get your own family credit.
Thank you, King B.
Countless cultural curveballs that are just around the corner. We're going to be covering leadership, raising boys, attitude, and a whole lot more. It's November, so you better believe that we're here to give away a bunch of stuff.
Later, King B. Oh yeah, I know Holly Berry.
Stick around. Time for pie.
Okay, now tell me if this guy is completely off his freaking rockers.
Is he off his rockers, Holly Berry? Okay, I thought you were saying good night to everybody, Cane B. Yeah, that dude's definitely off his rocker. And he's trying to turn Moscow into a Christian town. Yeah, good luck with that. I thought about Holly Berry, while I'm covering this case, also doing a little bit on the Delphi case as well. What do you think? Because I don't, I love doing the Idaho 4 case. At the same time, I don't want to burn myself out doing nothing but the Idaho 4 case. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to just combine it all on one case and then just burn myself out on that one case. Oh yeah, Richard Allen. Um, yeah, Richard Allen. He made. Did you? Oh, I did watch his court hearing. Um, his judge, well, the judge in that case, removed his defense attorneys, stripped him of his defense attorneys. So he had to go to the Supreme Court just to get his attorneys back because the judge didn't like the arguments his attorneys were making. So they stripped him of his attorneys. The judge did. But I mean, yeah, I did hear that Richard Allen was claiming that I mean, he admitted back in 2017 that yes, he was on the bridge with the girls, but he never talked to the girls because he went down and he was looking for a good fishing spot, and he admitted he was looking for a good fishing spot. And Richard Allen is swearing on his life that that it was the girls were a ritual sacrifice to the cult by the cult of Odin. Yeah, I know. It's just this Idaho 4 case makes my head spin, Cane B. It really does. It makes my head spin. Yeah, apparently the one of the girls uh, that they found either a recording or a picture of the killer on the girl's phone. Thank you, Karen Gravit, for subscribing. Oh, I'm proud. Look at my subscriber count. It's 1482. Yeah. Thank you, Johanna Apple. I got a matching jumpsuit to go with it, hoodie and pants. But yeah, I mean, this whole, you know, yeah, I have never seen so many twists and turns in one case, like the Idaho 4 case. Like, seriously. And there's this thing going around by this chick named Tamara Terry that there's three different crime scenes to the, or no, it was like two or three different crime scenes to the house. You know, like, I'm thinking, what? And she's doing these conspiracy theories in my freaking live chats and my comments that there's like two or three different crime scenes and for the Idaho 4 and how that the house was just a body dump. And I thought to myself for a minute, what the hell is this lady smoking? Because that's the first time I heard about it. Yeah, I agree with you, Holly Berry. But did you watch my raw footage of Linda Lane, Holly? Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if I believe it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Holly. From 203 to 248, you hear some weird shit. 203, you hear what sounds like a dog barking. And then between 235 and 240, you hear the sounds of somebody whistling for a dog. And then at 248, you hear crying and screaming and someone yelling, "Help me." And then then around 250 to 252, there's a car screaming around the corner into the apartments for Linda Lane. No, not Linda Lane, the Queen Road apartments. And then you hear somebody get out of the car, walk around, throw something in the dumpster, and then walk away. They never said anything about Kaylee and Maddie walking Murphy. Now, here's what I've heard. And Tommy over at Once Upon a Crime has actually showed this around. What is it? Around 2:30 in the morning. You can see what looks like a female sitting in Ethan's Jeep, and you can see a guy and a girl sitting in Ethan's Jeep. Well, that's not Ethan and Xana. And you can actually, it's from one of the ring cams that sits right there near the house. It's the 1112 King Road. Yeah. the one that picked up the supposed thud. Um, you can see a guy and a girl sitting in Ethan's Jeep. Well, that's not Ethan and Xana sitting in the Jeep. Guess who's sitting in the Jeep? Yeah, I know. And he says it's Dylan. He says it's Dylan and Quinn and the dog. But there's a lot of talk about this person named Dot. I keep hearing about this person named Dot. I mean, yes, I did a video. I mean, yes, I did a video about Dot, because it was Kim from WSU talking. The WSU mom Kim from Drunk Turkey Show, and supposedly this person Dot, which everyone thinks is not a real person, even though right after the murders they quickly moved out of Idaho. They dropped out of school and moved out of Idaho. Supposedly this person Dot was at a party in the apartment next door to the King Road house, not the 1112, but it was the house that was catty corner to it, because you have the King Road house, here, and it was the house like right here. Well, there's some things I do believe that Kim has said, because why is it that everyone in Moscow knew about the murders at 8:30 in the morning, and the cops weren't called until noon? You got to think about that, Holly. Why? Yeah, I mean, even this one sorority guy said, which he was found out to be credible. He woke up at 10, and there was like massive dumps in his Snapchat, in the group chats. Everyone was talking about the murders at 8:30 in the morning, and the cops weren't called until noon. Let us know. Okay, now what do you mean everything is tight, tight, tight? All the areas, including Benfield, are on top of one another. You mean they got them closed down, or what? Um, yeah, Ollie, do you think, what do you mean by they're tight, tight, tight? Do they have everything on lockdown there, or what? Now, here's what I don't get. You have the Canolo family, and you have the Gonzalez family. They were opposed to the house being torn down because they wanted to wait until after the trial. Mind you, here's what got me. They had a date for the house to be demolished, but they didn't have a date for the trial. Can anyone explain that? I know he waived his speedy trial, but still, yeah. Can anyone explain to me why you have a date of demolition set for the house, but not a court date for him? Can you explain that to me, Holly or Snow? Yeah, I know. Well, and Johanna Apple, all they said was sometime in the summer of 2024. They didn't give the exact trial date. Sometime in the summer of 2024. Yeah, yeah, she wanted it moved to February, but the prosecution has already established the date of summer of 2024 because they want to do it while the kids are out during summer break. They don't want the trial going on, while the kids are in school. So they want to do it during summer break, just like they decided to tear their house down during winter break, so the kids didn't have to see the house coming down. That's according to Scott Green. Oh, well, I figured we'd just go ahead and tear the house down during the winter break, so that way, the kids would the students wouldn't have to see the house coming down. Oh, you talking about Dylan and Bethany? Yeah, I heard. I got a report that Dylan is already back at the college. She was spotted last week partying at the sorority. Partying at Pi Beta Phi. She was already back at the sorority partying. I don't know if you saw it. When I did a short about it. Mind you, the murders took place November 13th, 2022. 4 or 5 days later, on November 17th, Dylan posted on her Twitter, "I miss Maddie a whole bunch, but I don't miss Xana. I blame Xana and her warpedness for Maddie, Kaylee, and Ethan's death." No, they're permanent. And mind you, they got those tattoos a week after they were murdered. Yeah, Johanna Apple. They got those tattoos a week after they were murdered. Yeah, they keep saying it's angel wings because of the sorority that they belong to is the Pi Beta Phi's. Yes, I did. Yeah, because Maddie, Xana, Dylan, and Bethany all belong to Pi Beta Phi. And Kaylee belonged to Pi Alpha Phi. She belonged to Pi Alpha, and the other four belonged to Pi Beta. And yeah, it's just, I'll have to go back and look for that video again, and I'll have to release it. True Crime Design that doesn't mind, doesn't mind if I use some of her videos, but I'll have to go back and find it. And there was a video that True Crime Design did, and it was all about Dylan, stating in her letter, that the guy read for Kaylee and Maddie, how how Kaylee, everything in that letter that was being written about Kaylee, being written about Kaylee and Maddie from Dylan's perspective, it was always I and my and my and I and I. Like very cocky. Like, I will miss Kaylee because she showed me how to go through my life, and she showed me how I can excel in my life. Yeah, it just, and then Bethany goes, and then Bethany says, they were, I will, mind you, Bethany and Dylan never said anything about, I don't think they ever said anything about Xana or Ethan. It was, both of them said something about Maddie. No, they did say something real brief about Xana and Ethan, but it was mostly about Maddie. And Maddie and Kaylee. And Bethany goes, Maddie and Kaylee were like two moms to me. They really showed me how I could get by in this life. I'm going to miss them. They were like, they took me under their wings like they were a couple of moms. That came out of Bethany's mouth. Doesn't that kind of sound like they're like stuck up? Mind you, Dylan is still in Idaho. Yeah, that's from True Crime Design, and I was gonna use that video later on tomorrow and post it up. But you see where I'm coming from, Holly Berry? You're welcome. But yeah, you see where I'm coming from? Is now I read in, somebody sent me an email that the only reason why, now here, okay, I've been doing some research the last 2 days about frozen shock phase. And what I've learned, it doesn't last 8 hours. It starts out as frozen shock phase, and then wears off in a couple of hours to acceptance phase, and then stuff like that. The whole, I was in frozen shock phase for an hour, for 8 hours. Yes, Xana's dad installed a new lock on her because she wanted it. Yeah, and if she was in the frozen shock phase, how could she instantly go back into her room, lock the door, and text all the fucking roommates? And the only one that answered was Bethany. I don't know, maybe if the only one that answers me is Bethany, I don't know, call the fucking cops at 3 o'clock in the morning. No, that actually wasn't Dylan. That was Xana. Yeah, that was Xana. She got into it was actually Ethan who got into a fight with a fellow member over there at the Sigma Chi, because this person was hitting on Xana the night of the party, and Xana rebuffed him and ignored him, so he got pissed off at Xana, which Ethan stepped in, and they almost came to blows that night at the party, which was November 12th to into November 13th. And so Ethan and Xana left. Mind you, the whole time they were at this party, Bethany had eyes on them. Yeah, because in the PCA, Bethany said, "Yeah, I saw Ethan and Xana over at this over at the sorority, over the his sorority, Sigma Chi. Yeah, I saw Ethan and Xana over at the Sigma Chi, and they were there from 9 o'clock to 1:45. How would you know unless you were over there and you had your eyes on them?" And then they went back to the King Roads home. They got back there about 1:45 in the morning. And then Kaylee and Maddie got back from the corner club. Yeah, Kaylee and Maddie got back from the corner club. And okay, I will debunk this all right now. Kaylee didn't live there. That room that they found, what's his name in? Murphy, that was not her room. She came into town to visit her best friend Maddie, who she considered, because apparently they were like this, their whole life. They were inseparable. They were like sisters. She came into town to visit Maddie, on that weekend, and she had her last final exam Monday morning, because she scored a job at an IT firm down in Texas. No, that wasn't Bethany's room. Bethany's room was on the first floor, below. No, this is gonna blow your mind, Holly. Okay, Bethany's room was on the first floor. As you come into the door, Bethany's room was right here. As you come in, this room over here was empty. Was a storage room. You go up the stairs. You have Xana's room right here. You have Xana's room right here. Right as you come up the stairs, you go a little way, and what was it? Dylan's room is right over here. You have Xana's room here, and you have Dylan's room back here on the second floor. And Maddie's room was upstairs to the right on the third floor. The room that used to be Kaylee's, you're never going to believe who the sixth roommate was going to be. Now, it wasn't going to be Dylan's after Kaylee. Guess whose room it was going to be, Holly? Emma Bailey's best friend. Emma Bailey's best friend was going to be the sixth roommate. Yeah. Because Emma Bailey was dealing drugs out of the house. I think it's Alicia or Alita, or I think Alicia Johnson. I think that's her name, Johnson. Yeah, do you remember seeing that video where you saw Emma walking out of the house down the drive, and the cop shines his flashlight on Emma? That's it right there, Alita Shepard. That was going to be the sixth roommate. Yes, Holly, she is Emma Bailey's best friend. Holly, do you remember that video where it showed that cop shining the flashlight and Emma walking out of the house with her black booty shorts on and her hair in that little do rag thing, and the blonde that was standing next to her? That's her best friend. That was going to be the sixth roommate. Yeah, that was going to be the sixth roommate when Kaylee left. And Kaylee was just, she wasn't even living there. She came in town to show Maddie her brand new Range Rover, which Mommy and Daddy bought her. And then she was going to take her final exam, head out that afternoon to Texas because she had an IT job waiting for her down in Texas. And the whole rumor is I know about White Jacket. Yeah, the rumor is, I haven't verified it yet. I know I've tied some things together tonight with all six of the girls. Bethany, Dylan, Xana, Kaylee, and Maddie. The five girls in the house. Did you watch the video? You saw where they grew up. They grew up not very far from each other, and where they grew up was a drug hub. And Maddie grew up in Washington. You had, and then Maddie's parents moved to Idaho. You had Kaylee here in Ratherton. You had Xana here in Port Falls, and you had Maddie in Cordileone, and then you had Bethany in Nevada, and then you had freaking Dylan in Oregon. And why on the autopsy did they get Xana's place of birth wrong? It said she was born in Port Falls, Idaho, but she was actually born in Avondale, Arizona. Oh yeah, you talk about Dylan? Yeah. I mean, how much of a sick creep can you be to go on to Twitter a week, like 4 days after the murder? I miss Maddie. I don't miss Xana. And Dylan blaming Xana for their deaths. And here's my whole thing. here's my whole thing, guys. She could have possibly, or I'm talking about Dylan here. If she heard screaming and crying coming from Xana's room, and if she heard the sounds of, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." If she heard screaming and crying, she could have possibly saved somebody's life that night by calling 911. I mean, do you guys agree with me? This whole frozen shock phase, I know is bullshit. But all it took is for her to freaking call 911. She could have maybe saved Xana's life, or Ethan's life, or Kaylee and Maddie's life. I don't believe this dude, whoever it was, whoever it was, saw her. But he looked right at her, but he didn't do nothing. Oh, Snow, you missed it. Guess who's in the cult of Odin around the Idaho area? Snow. I know it could have been set up and stuff like that, but I mean, think about it. One 911 call could have possibly saved somebody's life. I mean, do you guys agree with me? Yeah. I mean, if anything, because this whole 8 hours of frozen shock phase, that's where it's got me thinking, what the fuck? You say you have frozen shock phase for 8 hours. This person that just killed 4 people looks right at you, and he doesn't do nothing. Now, I don't want to hear, oh well, he was out of energy. He was out of energy after killing 4 people. He's looking right fucking at you, and he's walking towards you. I'm in the frozen shock phase, and this dude that just killed 4 fucking people is walking right at me. What do I do? Do I stand there and just freeze and hope he doesn't stab me to freaking death? No. He freaking walked towards her, then he turned around and he walked right out the sliding glass door. And then for someone being in a frozen shock phase, what does she do? She walks into her room, locks the door, and quickly texts all the fucking roommates. Like, oh my god, I just saw this guy, and all she does is describe this dude, 5'10", not muscular, athletic, kind of nondescript, clad in black, with a mask covering his face, bushy eyebrows, basically a nondescript white dude. She described to in her little PCA, and then supposedly frozen shock phase, walks into her bedroom, turns around, locks the door, quickly starts texting all the freaking roommates in the house to see if they're okay. And what got me was when Bethany was the only one that answered. She didn't think, oh my God, something must have happened. I just saw a guy in the house. Da 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 da. I need to call the cops. What does she do? She waits until noon. She waits until noon, and while they're waiting until noon to call the cops, the sorority is over there. You know, Pi Beta Phi is over there at 8:30 in the morning. Ethan's sorority is over there at 8:30 in the morning. Gee, I wonder why. And they gave a call of somebody. We think somebody's passed out. How are you going to walk? Because they say it was they say Xander's room was a bloody mess, and you had the blood dripping and down the outside wall outside. How are you going to walk? How are you going to lock yourself in the room for 8 hours while these 4 innocent college students are laying in their own blood for 8 hours? And you don't call fucking 911? Yeah. Xana, Maddie, Kaylee, Ethan, guys, laid in their own blood for 8 hours. While this, I'm gonna say it, 21-year-old bitch does nothing. Does absolutely nothing. And yeah, and Bethany. Don't get me started on Bethany. Oh, I know, Holly, I know. But, I have a question for you, Holly. If you were in the same scenario, what would you do? What would you do, Holly, if you were in the same scenario as Dylan? What would you do? Oh, are you talking about the coroner, or Dylan, or Bethany? Manuel. But would you call? But what? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the explanation, Snow. Um, Question, Snow. Sorry, Manuel. Question for you, Snow. Do you think if she would have just called 911, she could have saved somebody's life that night? Oh, Snow, you said you're into Cult of Odin, right? You never believe what I found out in the Cult of Odin up there in the Idaho area. You're gonna freak out, Snow. You wanna know? But yeah, from what I've heard, guys, is that the what you call it? From what I heard is Jesse James Bailey put a hit out on Steve Gonzalez, which I don't know if it's true or not, because apparently Maddie dumped about 70 grand worth of drugs down the toilet. That was in that was in that was what's her name? Xana was in control of, which I don't know if it's true or not. But apparently, Emma Bailey and Demetrius Robinson went to JJB up in the prison where he's serving his life sentence at up in Washington. Told him about what happened, and Xana tried. Apparently, Xana tried to save some of the drugs that Maddie was flushing down the toilet, and she shoved them in a hole in her wall, and those drugs that she shoved into the wall fell down into the foundation. And the only way you could get them out was for the house to be torn down. Yeah, that's the only way you could have got the drugs was the house if the house was torn down. Snow. Uh, Brent Kopaka was in the Cult of Odin Snow, and you're not going to believe who else was in the Cult of Odin Snow. The author of the PCA. Yeah. Yeah, they did tear it down, Manuel. They did. Even though the Kernodle family and the Gonzalez family wanted them to wait till after the trial because they didn't want they didn't want anything to jeopardize the trial. Yes, Brett Payne is a Odinist, Snow. And they didn't want anything to jeopardize the trial. Steve and his wife and the Kernodle's dad. But get this, Ethan's parents said, "Go ahead and tear it down. It's an ugly reminder of what happened to our son, and we have two kids we have two other kids that go to the University of Idaho, and it's a grim reminder every time they see it what happened to their brother." That wasn't Kaylee's bedroom. Yeah, that was what's her name? That was the storeroom. Yes, there was a hidden door back there behind the bookcase in the empty bottom floor bedroom. And yes, Holly Berry, I know that Drip Drop has talked about it, about the hidden tunnels that go underneath Moscow. The Gonzalez family, the Mogan family, the Kernodle family, and Chapin's family, or Ethan's family, all have positioned to sue the University of Idaho and the city of Moscow for apparently for trauma and according to Steve, some compensation for their trouble. Somebody just sent me a comment on my YouTube video. Cult is an interesting word. How about coven? Talking about the Doug Wilson's church. Oh, well, see, just like in that video I shared that Rory did in the motel room with Tommy. Yeah. At first I didn't know who it was, and I found out it was Tommy. Rory talked to a few of the residents there in Idaho. They're in Moscow. Some of the residents of Moscow apparently want to talk about what really happened, but they're scared to talk about it. But yeah, we don't know if they're involved, Pamela. I don't think Christie's involved. But because, well, I did notice Christie was trying to, Christie was trying to calm, when Steve was standing out there talking to that Lawrence Jones for Fox News. Steve was standing there getting pissed, and he was pissed at the cops there in Moscow, and Steve actually made the comment at the very beginning of the case. Moscow PD is in over their heads because they have never dealt with something like this. He said they're in over their heads and they don't even know it yet. But yeah, freaking and he was talking to Lawrence Jones of Fox News. I paid that debt. I paid for that. I paid for that funeral. He goes, I sent my daughter to college and she came back in a box. He goes, I paid for that. He goes, I have a right to know. And Christy was standing next to him going, calm down, Steve, calm down. But can anyone please explain to me why 3 of the Idaho students were cremated except for 1? Kaylee and Maddie were Kaylee and Maddie were cremated, and their ashes was put in the same box, or in the same urn. Xana was cremated. Ethan was not. I mean, you would think that Maddie would have her own cremation urn. No, she was cremated, and her ashes were put in with Kaylee. Huh? You're a paid supporter. Oh yeah. Somebody, I was watching something earlier today, or started to. I can't remember who it was, but they were doing a podcast bashing Drip Drop. Yeah, yeah. I can't remember which podcast it was I was watching. Um, I love Drip Drop too. I use one of his videos as context in my investigations. Um, uh, I was watching the video. I can't remember who it was though. Yeah, I know. I liked his Halloween thing when he was dressed up as Chucky. Um, yeah, I was watching the video, and it was on one of his videos about Kopaka uh, being uh, being tied in with Koberger, and this person was bashing the shit out of Drip Drop. Well, I hope. Why did he stop making videos, Manuel? Well, I hope what because right now, guys, I'm not monetized. So I'm doing all this. All this is my passion. I'm doing it non-monetized. Well, I was accepted into the YouTube partnership program, and I did the first two steps. The apply the AdSense account. Now I just gotta wait until the review process is over. I don't know how long that's going to take, but I hope if I do become monetized, you guys would join my channel as members. Because I heard you can get some pretty cool shit as members, like super thanks and super chats and stuff like that. But that's up to you guys if you guys would do that. Hi, Stellar. I'm okay. Been doing the live for like the last 2 hours. Did you get my email, Stellar? I emailed you something. Who, me? I have Cash App. No. I have both. I have Cash App and PayPal. I asked you a specific question in the email, Stella. Okay, you saw what I asked you, right? Micah, meet my new moderator, Stellar. Oh, it's okay, Stellar. Yeah, I know. I know Holly. I know Johanna Apple. So, Micah, if I get monetized, would you become a member? Would you join as a member? Yeah, Micah Z. She's my new moderator. But yeah, yeah, I've noticed the. I'm wondering if the cult of Odin didn't do those murders in Delphi. No, it's not. Um, Find it. It's fine. Um, I'm wondering if the cult of Odin isn't involved in Delphi. Yeah, Holly Berry, did you see her pass off that baggie to the heavyset dude in the brown coat and the hat? Hey Stella, did you get my cash tag I put in the chat? If I can't see it. That's what, Pamela, that's what my profile picture looks like. Hold on. Yeah, that's my profile picture on Snapchat, Pamela. Did you get it? Yeah, I haven't seen anything come through yet, Pamela. You're welcome. Yeah. All right, Snow, behave. Should be hitting my cash app soon, Stella. Another 4 hour one. Yeah. Ooh. Thank you for the $100 bomb, Pamela. Yes, Pamela, I got it. Thanks for the $100, Pamela. Yes, Snow, Pamela Johnston is the GOAT. But yeah, I was watching Court TV earlier today, and they said in a quote that this trial with Koberger may not be over until 2025. Yeah, Pamela, you're the VIP in the room, in the chat. What's his name? The prosecutor, I can't remember his name, said that they want to allot the trial for 6 weeks. But here's what I don't get, okay? Why, with this whole court trial thing going on, why would you want to go to a secret grand jury? Holly Berry, are you a subscriber? Oh, I will, Holly, I will. Yeah, explain to me why you want to go to a secret grand jury. Good night, Holly. Sleep well. Why would you want to go to a secret grand jury? If you supposedly got this guy nailed to the cross, what? Yeah, if you're supposedly, oh, this is the guy. We have his touch DNA at the on the knife sheath. See you next time, Holly. Have a good night, Holly. Peace. If you have everything to pound this guy into the ground, supposedly, why would you want to go to a secret grand jury and indict this guy? Can you explain that to me? Can you explain that to me, guys? Stellar, can you explain that? Why would you want to go to a secret grand jury? That's just what I don't understand. Why would you want to go to a secret grand jury if you supposedly have this guy on lock? That's what I don't understand about this whole damn case. Well, all they have is the supposed touch DNA and the genealogy, even though they used 23andMe to get the genealogy. And why in the hell would the FBI come talk to the defense's genealogist in the middle of the fucking night? And why would you do a no-knock warrant in the middle of the night on his parents' house? Yes, Pamela, no blood in his car. No blood on him. No blood or anything at his apartment or out at his parents' house. But I mean, what's weird though is why would he be separating his trash and throwing it in the neighbor's trash. That's the only thing about this I don't understand. Is if you're innocent, why would you separate your trash from your parents' trash and throw it in the neighbor's trash can? That's what I don't get. Hiding, yeah. But a lot of people say that that them taking his parents' trash uh, without a probable cause warrant. Probable cause. Some say the feds taking his parents' trash was illegal search and seizure because they didn't have a probable cause warrant to take the trash. Do you guys agree? Was that illegal search and seizure of the trash without a probable cause warrant? Or I mean, it was the feds. Do they even need a warrant? Oh wow! I didn't know that Gabriel Vargas was coverting with YouTubers. But yeah, Stellar, that dude I told you I was having problems with, um, Richie Rich. He came on my channel earlier after I did that one video about the drug connection to the house. Yeah, he came on. Yeah, he came on. Yeah, he came on my channel. Left me a comment. Oh, still. See, he's using other people's comments. I don't see any original comment on his channel. Yeah, what a load of horse shit. He's taking credit off of other people's videos. So I messaged him. I'm like, if you don't like it, if you don't like my channel, don't watch my channel. As a matter of fact, how about I do this? I hid him from my channel to where he can't, to where I can't see his comments and he can't take any clips of my lives or my videos. Yeah, I see now where you're coming from, Stellar, about the trolls in your in your comments and your lives. I've been dealing with trolls in my comments in my lives for the last 2 days. But hey, Stella, I just want to say thank you for basically being there for me, give me the advice that I need, and just basically helping me through this. I want to say thank you, Stellar. I appreciate it, Stellar. And I hope that when I do my lives uh, around this time, that you would pop on and moderate. Well, that means a lot to me, Stellar. Yeah, I know. No, you're not in trouble, Snow. Do you want to be in trouble, Snow? Yay. Hey, no, no way. You're a good girl. My, I got a call from my little brother earlier. Um, my nephew, my nephew's severely autistic, and my little brother was at work. My little brother and his fiance work at the same place. My little brother got home, and his son smashed a TV. Like, legit got pissed off at the TV, chucked a controller at the TV, and smashed it. Yeah, and my little brother said she was. He goes, Bubba, that's the eighth TV in 3 months. Oh yeah, I know. Uh, I've been on this live for 3 hours and 5 minutes and 31 seconds. It's 3:30 in the morning here. I'm gonna jump off here, get some sleep, and I will definitely be dropping some more content later on today. And I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. I love you guys. I love my new moderator. Thank you, Stella, for everything. I love you. You're welcome, Snow. I do my best. I really do. All right. Well, I'm gonna get off here, guys. You guys have a good night. Peace out. I love you guys, all of you. Yes, I love you too, Stellar. And thank you for accepting to be my moderator. You guys have a good night. Peace.